Friends, family, and loved ones, welcome to the ring presentation ceremony for the class of 2022 of the United States Military Academy. I am Cadet Claire Jones, the Ring and Crest chairperson for the class, and it is my privilege today, along with First Captain Cadet Holland Pratt, to lead the ring presentation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the retreat. Today's retreat ceremony commences with the firing of a cannon and the playing of "To the Colors" as the flag is lowered. It is appropriate for civilians to stand with the right hand placed over the heart. Veterans and currently serving members of the U.S. Armed Forces who are not in uniform may render the hand salute. We ask that spectators please remain standing for the invocation.
First class, attention! Present arms. Order! Arms. Parade! Rest.
Chaplain Rondon will now deliver the invocation.
Leaders, let us pray. God of all creation, we ask for the class of 2022 as they start wearing their class rings in commemoration of their academic achievement thus far, and as they enter their final year at the United States Military Academy. As our firsties receive and wear their honorable rings today, to fulfill a noble tradition that goes back to 1835, with the first class to ever wear their rings, I pray that these future warriors and servant leaders of our Army Strong will never become complacent in the areas of their character, competence, and commitment. Rather, I pray, oh God, that they will all become more caring, courageous, resilient, and ready to uphold what they ought to be to build courage, what they can be to regain faith, and what they will be to spread hope. I pray that you, most powerful Lord, will keep guiding, protecting, strengthening, and encouraging our ring bearers during their last year of character, academic, military, and physical preparation, so that they will transition into leading from the very front in the most powerful force on earth. Go Army! Duty, honor, country, in your name. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. On February 12, 2021, the class leadership and all our company Ring and Crest representatives participated in the ring melt for our class. Because this event was virtual for the ring donors and families, we placed their West Point class rings into the crucible on behalf of them. 52 rings were donated for our class. The gold melted from these rings was mixed into the gold to form our rings, symbolizing our bond with the long gray line. This evening, 4 of this year's donors are with us, along with members of 3 donor families. The hopes, dreams, and accomplishments that these rings represented are now permanently tied to our hopes, dreams, and potential, and we thank you for your generous gift. To the class of 1972, thank you for your guidance and mentorship throughout our time at West Point. This ceremony is a symbol of the hard work, commitment, and dedication the class of 2022 has put into the past 3 years at West Point. For the next 267 days, our class crest will face our hearts. When we graduate, we turn our rings so the West Point crest faces our hearts. In the next 267 days, we will find out our branches and select our first assignments in our Army, setting the conditions for the rest of our lives. Fellow members of the class of 2022, our day, July 2nd, 2018, marked the beginning of our journey together here at West Point. During the last 3 years, we have created great memories and forged lifelong friendships. Our ring is a symbol that connects us to the long gray line before us and those who will follow in the ranks behind us. Let us lead the Corps with strength, integrity, and dignity. Finally, we thank the Commandant, Brigadier General Mark C. Quander. Class, attention! Ladies and gentlemen, Brigadier General Mark C. Quander, the 79th Commandant of the Corps of Cadets.
Hey, class of 2022, stand at ease. Hey, team, as we celebrate this milestone for our firsties this afternoon, we also remember the sacrifice of those service members who gave their last full measure of devotion and service to this great nation, as well as the service and sacrifices made by so many over the past 2 decades. We're all saddened by the loss of the 13 service members in yesterday's horrific attack in Afghanistan. They truly represent the best of us. To the firsties, as you prepare and lead America's sons and daughters around the globe, remember that the true strength of our nation is our grit, our resiliency, our resolve, and our values. And when our nation and those values are threatened, there are those like you and those you will soon lead who will step forward and stand in the gap to serve, protect, and defend the United States of America and the American people. Please continue to keep those 13 service members and their families in your thoughts and prayers. And now, please join me in a moment of silence to honor their service and their sacrifice. Thank you. While we reflect on these recent events, let us honor the efforts of our military by respecting and celebrating the men and women standing before you, who, despite global turbulence and ambiguity, have never wavered in carrying out the West Point mission. These men and women remain tough, resilient, and smart, and they are here today not just to receive a ring, but to reinforce their steadfast devotion to service and a career of professional excellence in the United States Army. It's a true honor to join our family and friends both in person and virtually, in recognizing these committed and brave warriors with the time-honored class ring ceremony. I'd like to welcome Senator Ernst, Ambassador Tito, Lieutenant General Mrs. Williams, Mr. Flippy, Brigadier General Retired and Mrs. Michael, Brigadier General and Mrs. Rees, Mr. and Mrs. Buddy, Dr. Peterson, Command Sergeant Major Coffey, Command Sergeant Major Killingsworth, members of the 50-year affiliate class, distinguished guests, families, and friends, welcome to West Point, and thank you for joining us on this very special day. I'd like to take a minute to recognize some very important guests here today. Joining us in person this evening are 6 individuals who symbolize the true essence of what it means to grip hands and honor the Corps. We have Chief Warrant Officer 5, James Lee, 1972, son of Lieutenant Colonel Levin L. Lee II, class of 1939. Dr. Paul Ake III, son of Mr. Paul S. Ake Jr., class of 1950. Mr. Frederick C. Bothwell III, class of 1962. Dr. William F. Finema III, class of 1972. Mr. Brian S. Corky Messner, class of 1979, and he donated his own class ring. And Miss Lori Vincent, daughter of Captain Harvey R. Joaquin, class of 1972. These 6 individuals here are on behalf of the 52 alumni or their families who have chosen to immortalize the legacy of service by donating West Point class rings for the class of 2022 ring melt. This year, the rings donated range from the class of 1916 to 1990. And 18 of those rings were donated by the 50-year affiliate class, 1972, setting a record high for the number of rings donated from one class in 1 year. Just absolutely, truly impressive. Please join me in a round of applause to thank all those who supported the 21st annual class ring memorial event this year. Additionally, I want to sincerely thank the West Point Alumni Association of Graduates for their continued support for cadets and alumni. The West Point AOG not only raises money that allows us to operationalize many of our developmental programs, they also provide the enduring support and coordination for our 50-year affiliate and class ring memorial programs. To date, the legacy of 669 members of the Long Gray Line lives on in rings of graduates of the last 2 decades. Mr. Todd Brown, Ms. Kathy Kilner, and the AOG team, thank you for what you give this academy. I'd also like to thank the class advisor, Colonel Anna Zagazzi, class officers, Captain Stein Thorbeck and Captain Nicole Rohde, and the agencies that brought us together for this special event. Great work. To the class of 2022, as I look across this formation, I am filled with immense pride and confidence. You are a remarkable class. As your motto states, for many stand the few. It is truly an honor to speak to you on this special day as you reach yet another milestone on the glide path to becoming an officer in the United States Army. Only 267 days until graduation. Now, I understand my remarks are all that stands between you and receiving your coveted West Point class ring. So I'd be remiss if I didn't embrace this opportunity to reflect and highlight some key points. So please bear with me a few more minutes, just a few more short minutes. The rings that you're about to receive are so much more than just a crass mass of brass and glass or a bold mold of rolled gold that sparkles and shines. It's more than just some fancy bling that you customize and purchase as you enter your final year at West Point. In many ways, your ring represents an unofficial oath that you pledge to all who have come before you and to all who arise after you, that you are committed to the values of duty, honor, and country, and that you will honor them by leading with the utmost character. Furthermore, your carefully crafted ring symbolizes that you're an individual, that you as an individual are part of something far greater than yourself. It is your connection and commitment to your class, the academy, the Army, and all other past and present who walk these grounds. Your rings are forged from the legacy of 52 West Point graduates who served our nation with dignity and honor. Among those donated were the rings of your classmate, Tom Messner's father, Mr. Bryant Messner, class of 1979, who is here with us today. And the ring of Cadet Valentina Vincent's grandfather, Captain Harvey R. Jokin, class of 1972, your 50-year affiliate class. During the ring melt ceremony, Cadet Vincent stated, quote, "I placed my grandfather's ring into the crucible, which is really gratifying experience to know that he came here and went through the same things that I'm going through. I will get to wear his ring on my finger every day, and he will be with me everywhere I go. I am so grateful for the experience." As Cadet Vincent said, all of you now carry with you the legacy of 669 graduates. Honor them as your 50-year affiliate class honors you. The class of 1972, proud and true, began their West Point journey during tumultuous times in the United States. It was the post-Vietnam era darkened by anti-war demonstrations, violent riots, and civil disputes. Despite these challenges, the proud and true cadets embraced the values of duty, honor, and country. They bonded together as a class to defend the freedoms and liberties granted to this nation by our Constitution. After graduation as the officers, the class of 1972 helped to rebuild the United States Army as a new all-volunteer force before leading the charge during conflicts in Grenada, Panama, Somalia, the Persian Gulf, the Balkans, Haiti, Afghanistan, and Iraq. It's a class that fully understands the price of freedom as they continue to serve in many different capacities across the nation. Please join me in applause for the West Point class of 1972. Now on to the rings. The price range this year went from a high of $7,636.85 down to a low of $698.13. The average cost of your rings was $1,917. Now, by comparison, the average cost of a ring purchased by the class of 1972 was $130. Regardless of the cost, each ring represents your commitment to your class motto, "For many stand the few." Inscribed on one side of your ring is your class crest, a symbol of the moral, mental, and physical strength necessary to be a leader of character. On the other side of your ring is the Academy crest. We all have the same one. It serves as a constant reminder of who you are and who you represent, a reminder of your past, present, and future, both here at the Academy, during your commitment to the Army, and to whatever endeavor you may choose outside of the Army. Waiting for you inside those little boxes are more than just pressed gold and cut stones. These rings are so much more than just a piece of jewelry or an accessory. It is a connection to the core and the long gray line for the rest of eternity. It is also symbolic of our values, duty, honor, and country. Values that you will soon see are envied by many around the world. Years from now, some of you wearing your ring might find yourself in a distant land, sitting in a foreign leader's country. And that leader poses a simple question about the meaning of your rings. My response would be, this ring identifies me as a graduate of the United States Military Academy, an institution that prioritizes leading with character and has produced some of the greatest leaders ever seen in the history of the world. And this ring is a symbol of the collective resolve and commitment to set of ideals to protect the people of a free world. And finally, it represents a connection to the long gray line, a group of warriors just like me who are ready to lead in the crucible of ground combat and to fight and win our nation's wars. I ask you, what's the meaning of your ring? Lastly, as I look upon the hillside beyond the class of 2022, I cannot help but notice an immense amount of support and love from the family and friends. Their presence completes this special moment on Trophy Point and represents the support structure that strengthens our Army. None of us could do what we do without you, without your love and encouragement. Thank you. In closing, I hope you find these moments of reflection that you're receiving more than just some piece of roll gold. It's a symbol, a bond, a commitment, and a legacy. May you never forget. duty, honor, country. And for many stand the few. Congratulations, and go Army.
Class of 2022, attention. Ring and crest representatives, post. Companies, distribute your rings. Class of 2022, don your rings. First class, attention. Uncover. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of our alma mater. You are cordially invited to sing along with us as the alma mater is sung. First class, recover. Class dismissed.